Hello everyone, welcome to join the TIGP Orientation. We'd like to remind you that all the information we released today already uploaded to the online folder. Please download it freely to meet your need. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's our pleasure to welcome you here this afternoon, 2024. TIGP Student Orientation will start now. Let's take a quickly glance for today's agenda. First, we will have the Dr. Ziqing Meng bring greetings on behalf of the Academia Sinica and introduce you Academia Sinica Supplemental Stipend Program. Second, Dr. Moses Lin will introduce TIGP enrichment courses, and Ms. Wan Yishen will introduce TIGP resources and ARC information. Then, our two TIGP graduates from Nano program, Dr. Prachanda Namanithan and Dr. Ting Rui Zhang, both of them will share their experiences with you. And come along with Academia Sinica Counselor, Ms. Dan Luo. She will briefly give you an idea about the mental health care in PhD and prevention of sexual harassment. We also invite TIGP dormitory mentor, Mr. Xianggu Ng, to introduce the neighborhood. Finally, we will have GSA introduction from GSA member. So now, let's start with the opening remarks by Dr. Ziqing Meng, who is the Graduate Dean and Director of the Department of International Affairs of Academia Sinica. Let's welcome Dr. Meng.
All right, thanks for the introduction, and welcome everyone. Hope that you have a soft landing to Taiwan. I was thinking how to give my greeting to all of you today. And based on the experience over the last few years, I thought that it's important to tell you what exactly Academia Sinica is doing, right? along the process of your application, you only observe a very small fraction of activities we are running here in Academia Sinica. And since now you are here, I guess it's important to know exactly what you expect to see, or maybe something that you never expected. But I will tell you what we are doing here. So that's the key point for my introduction of Academia Sinica as well as TIGP to you, not only for the stipend supplemental program, which is a small issue, but important issue anyway. And I'm glad that today we have a few senior members from TIGP who wear very shiny shirt. So those people are your seniors. They are running the graduate association, GSA, Graduate Association. What's the full name of that? Graduate Student Association, yes. So they would tell you the events students can organize to help each other. And certainly we have other programs as already said, so I don't need to repeat all the things. So let me start with some brief introduction of Academia Sinica. In fact, we are Taiwan's National Academy of Sciences, if you don't know that yet. So now you are on the campus of Taiwan's National Academy. And what exactly we are doing. On the right-hand side, my right-hand side, your left-hand side, as I said, we are the National Academy of Sciences. And this is an honorary society. We don't really consider what's the real function of that, but each country, you can find the equivalent. I'm sure that from your home country, you can identify the equivalent academy, which share similar function as ours, as an honorary society. Those academicians, they provide the policy suggestions to the government, etc. But that's really not what we care for today's purpose. What we care today is, on the other side, Taiwan's leading research institution. So this is why you are here, because we are doing advanced research in Taiwan, and we are also running programs to cultivate talents. That's the very important function of Academia Sinica. And how the research is conducted in Academia Sinica. This is a very brief roadmap of our structure. You can find this on the Academia Sinica website. So just listen to me for the very brief introduction. So basically, we have 4 divisions for the research purpose. From left-hand side, you can see mathematics and physical sciences. Then followed by division of life sciences. And we have division of humanities and the social sciences as well. But none of you now belongs to this division yet. Maybe 2 years from now, we'll have a graduate program under the division of social sciences. And early this year, we established the number 4 division, which is cross-divisional research center. Some of the research activities run by the cross-divisional research center may be introduced to you later on in my slide. And some of your PhD study may be related to these very new emerging fields as well. All right, so essentially, each of you would belongs to either division of mathematics and physical sciences or division of life sciences. So remember this whole big structure of your future studies. In terms of the budget, Academia Sinica is supported by Taiwanese government, central government. So our annual budget is pretty large, roughly US dollars 20 million per year. So how this large number of budget is coming from? I would say mostly coming from the taxpayers of Taiwan citizens. But 16% of the budget is coming from the competitive research grants. So your future PhD advisor, one of our principal investigators, they all need to write research grants to earn the budget in order to run the laboratory. So your stipend is basically supported by either our central administration or by your future advisor who need to write grants to support you. Okay, so money is not an easy thing. Then what exactly you need to do as a student? You need to work and generate sufficient data so that your advisor can use your research output for the grant application. And we hope this is a very good circle to run the research as well as higher education on campus here. So everyone shares some responsibility to generate our revenue. Not only your advisors, but each of you. All right, how big we are. So roughly, we have 8,400 people working in academic Sinica. Okay. And you see different categories of people, including research fellows who are equivalent of university professors. So your advisors will be one of the research fellows. Research specialists, those people are running state-of-art instruments, core facilities, and you will certainly use some of the core facilities taken care of by specialists. Postdoc fellows, many of our TIGP graduates will be becoming postdoc fellows working on campus here. So many of you would follow their footsteps. Why this is necessary? Because now we don't want PhD studies to be forever, right? We wish all of you can finish your PhD study within a limited time. But if you cannot finish your publication yet, you can discuss with your advisor and stay here for 1 or 2 years as a postdoc fellow to finish up, then move on. So that's why we have this continuation of career development path on campus here. We have research assistants. You will meet many of them in your laboratory in the future. We have administration supporting staff and certainly graduate students. You see this number, almost 2,000 graduate students, including you guys, working on campus here. Not only PhD students, but we have a large number of master students coming from the domestic universities. So you will meet many of them. We have 3 campuses now. Here we are sitting on the main campus. Main campus, all right. Main campus is right on the outskirts of Taipei City in Nangang District. If you don't know the neighborhood, you will get a chance to explore. And the majority of the fundamental research is done here on the main campus, including all of you, I'm pretty sure. And adjacent to the main campus, we have this National Biotechnology Research Park within the walking distance. If you have some time this week, you can walk there and take a look and see how is the setup for this very translational medicine-oriented research. And in Tainan, we just established a southern campus. And over there, the studies are more mission-oriented. I will talk about that later. So most of you would stay on our main campus here, at least for the first or the second year. All our courses will be done here, and your orientation, your rotations, your initial research experience were pretty much done on that main campus. And this is the setup of the main campus. As I said, 3 major divisions: institutes, research centers, and the libraries, museums. So you will explore most of them in next couple of years. And what we are doing in the National Biotechnology Research Park, as I said, this is mostly focusing on biomedical translational research. Right? So the purpose is to develop new drugs, medical advice, diagnostic kits, and connection with the industry. pharmaceutical industry or the precision medicine industry. So for students who are in the life science division, it's likely to explore this new type of research in next few years during your PhD study. So you need to earn the opportunities if you wish to do that. We already have the setup, and the students should feel free to think about what you like to do. If you want to focus on fundamental research, by all means, you should do that. But if you feel that translational medicine is your future career, you need to find a way to know what people are doing there. And on the southern campus, as I said, now we have clear missions, at least in two areas. One is the net zero technologies, and the second one is the quantum technology, quantum computers. And we have other issues will be added to the southern campus. So if your advisor here on the main campus is heavily involved in the missions as listed here, it's likely that you may spend some time down to Tainan and work on the advanced technologies being developed there. Okay, so these are the clear missions which were not done in academic Sinica, but now with the demand from climate change, from the cybersecurity, etc., we need to respond to the societal request for this type of research. So if you think that your future career should get involved in this type of big missions, now this is a chance. Think about how to get involved, how to get engaged in the new missions we set up. All right, we encourage students to network with people around the world. So in academic Sinica, we not only work with domestic institutions, we also work with international institutions. Let me use Europe as an example. Now we have MOUs and some solid collaborations with all the countries we listed here. So many current TIGP students already take advantage of such channels and participate in the international collaborating projects. So you should pay attention on these opportunities as well. As long as you feel that you'd like to explore more, we have all the chances. All right, 3 missions were clearly now illustrated by academic Sinica. First of all, we like to achieve global peaks of excellence in the selected area of research. We cannot do everything, but we already select a few important areas by which we like to perform the best in the world. And secondly, we like to fulfill the societal responsibility. As I said, now we have mission-oriented research. This is the need by the society. And certainly, the third one, which is why you are here, we like to cultivate top talents. By all means, we can use along here or in collaboration with universities. All right. By now, we already have 3 higher educational components. TIGP is certainly our highlight, our signature here for PhD degree program. We have TIIP, which is Taiwan International Internship Program. So along next few years, you will meet a lot of master students, even undergraduate students, who will come here in the summertime as the interns. They also work in the lab. So maybe some of them will be guided by you. But that's for the short-term program. Mostly, they stay here for 2 months. And starting from last year, we have this TIGP X. X means students coming from the foreign country, foreign university, any university around the world. So those students would come here and work with the research teams in academic Sinica. So some of you probably will meet TIGP X students as well. So we hope to run all three programs in parallel. So you don't just meet your peers in TIGP. You also get a chance to meet interns plus PhD students coming from the foreign countries. All right, so what we do for TIGP, if you don't quite follow this yet, please remember this. We have 13 programs, 6 in life sciences, 7 in mathematics and physical sciences. You will certainly identify one of them, which is your home, right? So here you can see 6 programs in life sciences, 7 programs in mathematics, physical sciences. Why I'm showing this, you're pretty much going to attend courses, right? So think about the alternative courses you wish to take. You not only take the courses from your home program, you can also look at courses opened by other programs. If you are interested and your program allows you to take, why not? Right, so think about all the possibilities that you can learn here. And each of you belongs to one of our partner university. So in the end, your degree will be issued jointly by by the partner university as well as academic Sinica. Right? And once more, if your partner university opens some courses within your own interest, you can also take them. Not only TIGP courses, but also university courses. If you don't know which university you belong to, identify from the names here. All right, so lastly, let me explain this very important yet confusing program we like to support PhD students in academic Sinica. So last year, we launched this PhD supplemental stipend program. How this whole thing is working. We consider your basis of stipend as 34,000 NT dollars per month, right? That's what you get when you apply for the program. But we don't think this is sufficient enough, right? With all the issues around the globe, we like to make our program more competitive. So that now we already implement this supplemental program starting last year. And the principle is very clear on the top here. First of all, the funding is coming from the central administration, not coming from your advisor or from your home program or from your home institute. So in the central administration, we already allocate the budget for students so that students must be on the payroll of academic Sinica. Okay. This may be a little bit confusing, so I don't want to explain too much of that. If you have any questions, you can come to your program secretary or you can come to our office. But in general, all TIGP students would receive additional 6,000 per month for the first 2 years. So starting from the first month, essentially you will get 40,000 instead of 34. And this 40,000 stipend is guaranteed for 2 years. Okay. And starting from the 3rd year, if you already passed the qualified exam, you will be on the right-hand side. If you haven't passed your qualified exam, you will still get 6,000 per month until you go through the qualifying exam. Once you get that done, then your monthly supplement will be 16,000 per month. And in theory, by the 3rd year, your basic stipend will be paid by your advisor. So we hope your advisor still paid you 34 as the baseline. Then we will add 16 more. So that's why we are saying that in the first 2 years, you will get 40 in total. Starting from the third year, once you finish your qualifying exam, you will get 50 in total. Okay. But you need to be on our payroll. So if your main advisor is the university professor, you need a co-advisor who is an academic Seneca principal investigator. And this co-advisor is willing to pay you very little amount of stipend, even 1,000 per month, that's fine. As long as you get a payroll here, then we will give you the supplement, as shown here. The principle is pretty simple. So even though you wish to find your main advisor in the partner university, that's fine. But I wish that you have a co-advisor here in academic Seneca. Okay? You don't need to worry about that in the first 2 years, but by the third year, I think you will start to worry. So I'd like to let you know this. The principle is very simple, but students tend to make it very complicated. All right. So in the end, this is what I said. Our financial support would provide either 40K or 50K. And this number, we hope, would give you a 5-year program to finish your PhD study. Starting from the first day of your 6th year, there will be no supplement. Okay? And this has been already aware by everybody on campus, I'm sure, including your advisor. So I hope everyone sitting here today, you can finish your PhD within 5 years. You need to discuss with your advisor starting from the first day of your PhD thesis and speed up. Don't think that you want to stay in academic Seneca for 7, 9, 10 years. We had a lot of students who spent their lifetime here for a degree, but don't do that. Okay? Try to finish as soon as possible and move on. That's why we provide this supplement stipend in conjunction with the 5-year rule. Right? Is that clear? Okay. All right, so in addition to the basic and the supplement stipend, we also provide 2 fellowships. One is the Research Performance Fellowship. This is on a competitive basis, and the other one is a Presidential Fellowship. The number is additionally increased if you perform your research well, and your evaluation is done by our Central Administration Committee. So you still have a chance to get more, not only just 40, 50K, but like this, much more, right? All right, not only stipend, we also provide the traveling grant. This traveling grant is to support you to attend international conference. Once you have some research output done nicely, you can apply for the grant. And we consider this is very important, right? We don't want to trap you guys here on the campus. We want to force you out and interact with people outside of Taiwan. So over the last 15 years, we already have 228 students who received the fellowship for traveling. I wish one of you would get a chance as well. All right, so all what I said can be found on the website. If you don't know the details of TIGP yet, go to the website and check the details. Okay? So that's about it. And I wish you a very pleasant journey here in academic Seneca within 5 years. All right, that's the key point. Okay, thanks. So next, our next speaker is Dr. Moses Lin, who is the executive secretary in our department. So who will tell you the enrichment courses we offered, which is out of curriculum, but very important to cultivate your career development. So Moses, please.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you for Director Mong's open remarks and the introduction. Hi students, welcome to TIGP and Academia Sinica. I'm Dr. Moses Lin and the Executive Secretary of DIA. Okay, so yes, PhD study is quite different from the other academic pursuit. It's never been an easy journey. And I did my PhD abroad as was once an international student. I understand that how challenging to pursue a PhD can be, especially for international students. Thus, as the Academia Sinica's higher educational administrative unit, we aim to provide you with a more systematic and efficient assistance. So yes, as I mentioned, pursuing a PhD is like running a marathon. And I've personally experienced both the challenging part and the joyful part. We understand that through a systematic support from Research Institute, it is crucial to help you, PhD students, successfully complete your academic task. So therefore, during this session, I will introduce, we call it the TIGP enrichment courses. Okay, so TIGP enrichment courses can be defined as the complementary and different support from courses or activities offered by your host program. This initiative underscores that our determination to ensuring higher quality postgraduate student experience at Academia Sinica and enhance your relevant ability as well. Many TIGP graduates already benefit from this course system. In order to help you settle down into the research community, the TIGP enrichment courses provide a brace of professional development training that enhance your skills, both for doctoral research and for wider personal development. In delivering this training and the supportive activities, we collaborate with a wide range of academic scholars, professional service organization, colleagues, and stakeholders I will mention later. So on the other hand, we understand that the PhD journey cannot be always smoothly as you planned. It could be very frustrating and challenging. Therefore, the system enrichment courses can also help you to get you through the tough times when things are not going as planned, which include the peer support activities and the workshops, as well as the assistance from DI and TIGP office and our mental health care center. Okay, so what is the framework of TIGP enrichment courses? The logic behind is that you cannot grow up over one night in academia, and you should develop yourself stage by stage, step by step. So we use TACE framework, include transition, acquisition, completion, and employability, to give you a 4-stage indication concerning what and when the learning opportunity to consider along your PhD journey, although this may vary across disciplines. So the TACE framework has been widely used in the UK doctoral academy in university system. The pictures illustrate that this 4-stage framework to gradually enhance your ability, just as I mentioned. And the first stage, transition, include orientation, adaptation to a new culture, learning research essentials, joining the postgraduate research community. And the second stage, acquisition, means you should develop academic competence, research capabilities, personal effectiveness, and transferable skills. And the third stage, completion, which you are going to complete your PhD, and you have to develop personal resilience, complete your thesis, and develop the research impact through publication. And the final stage, in employability, means you should plan for the future, explore opportunities for career fulfillment and extend your personal networks. Okay, based on the TACE concept, I will show the major parts of enrichment courses that we will provide in the different stage for TIGP students. For the junior students in the transition stage, we provide free Mandarin classes. This course is extremely useful for international students for integrating into the local environment, and is also a very unique skill that can benefit your future careers. I provide 2 examples. I have ever sit in the Mandarin class several times, and one class that's still very impressive for me. That class is teaching about 12 kind of animals. You know, that's kind of in some countries there's a traditional culture, and when learning these 12 different kind of animals, the teachers link to the meals when you want to order your lunch or your dinner outside academia in the local restaurant. For example, when you talk about the ox, then you link to the beef noodles, something like that. So I think that's very useful for your daily life. And also, the second example is that one graduate from India, she got a job offered from Science Park, very top companies, because of he's good at using Mandarin, and the company just looking for the candidate who can speak Mandarin and also work in her home country, India. So that's 2 examples for your reference. And research ethic courses. This course covers the foundational principle of academic integrity. Yeah, when I remember that when I studied abroad, we have many of these kind of courses repeated again every year. Okay, but in here, I think probably you just need to, we will provide it in the beginning of the semester. Okay, the laboratory safety courses, of course, is essential for students who have to work in laboratory to know that the rules before you begin working in the lab. Okay, so for acquisition stage, this stage is for junior and the middle year stage students. We work with LTTC, Language Training Testing Centers, the top one in Taiwan, to provide academic writing skill courses. It's very important for you to write your thesis and publish in the future. And we also provide community research skills course that is co-organized with EMBO. EMBO is the European Molecular Biology Organization, which is leading science and training and founding agent in Europe. There are also some regular educational workshops, which functions are sharing various topics and tips for surviving in PhD study. In the completion stage for the senior year students, getting published is essential for PhD student. So we work with EMBO again to offer advanced academic writing training. Managing stress is also very important. So we will regularly run such kind of workshop, such as stress relief workshop or stress management talks. Yeah, and my colleague will give you the details later. In the final stage, we address employment concerns, particularly for senior year students. We offer essential courses related to this, include effective CV writing, business plan writing. In the career development activities, there will be activities arranged, such as industrial visit to biopark, startups, and science park, and so on. We also invite Taiwanese government officials to introduce the latest foreign professional recruitment policy for people who are interested in working and staying in Taiwan after graduating. graduation. So this is a timetable for the enrichment courses. I'd like just to highlight the first two stages, which are more relevant to you. That course is for junior and the middle year students have to participate in. So 3 Mandarin courses will be run weekly during the semester, and the research ethics will be offered at the beginning of the semester, and same with the laboratory safe courses. In the acquisition stage, academic writing class, in which we will hire the top lecturer from LTTC, and the class will be run weekly during semester time. Communicating research training, we will collaborate with AMBO, and this year we will run to Taiwan-tailed webinars later, likely in late September or the early October. The topic 1, publishing. You will know that what is the editorial process, editorial selection criteria, policy, peer review, open access, and DORA. Yeah, you may, if you are already interested in publishing, you can consider about to join this webinar. And topic 2, I think that'll be very, that is a very, talking about publishing the using artificial intelligence. Yeah, it's quite up-to-date skill. I think that maybe many of you will be interested in this. So remember to register when we announce the exact time. Okay, so before I hand the floor over to my colleague, Ms. Shen, I'd like to share some of my personal experience with you. So yeah, pursuing a PhD, I have to emphasize again, never been an easy journey. So beyond the institutional support I just introduced, it's crucial to seek out other forms of support as well. Of course, the guidance from your supervisor, I think is the most significant one. So the middle and top photos is 3 of my supervisors. In the system, we have 3 supervisors, but of course, I really majorly rely on the major one, the one with the green t-shirt. Yeah, we have a regular meeting, depends on the stage of my PhD, and the most, I'm very happy if I heard that, I make a lot of efforts, of course, and I meet with my supervisor regularly. And when I heard that my supervisor told you, yeah, Moses, good job, you are on the right track, then I'll be very happy to that, because my experience may be different from many of you. I changed my supervisor before, so I'm quite satisfied and happy with the new supervisors, and I complete my supervisors successfully in the end, because we just worked very closely and worked very effectively. Okay, so the other part is I work with my colleagues in the PhD student rooms. We have lunch or activities together quite often, and the middle one is the colleagues the closed one. We discuss about our research and daily life quite often, always, every day. Yeah, and also friends from outside the university is important for me as well. The left-hand side corner, up one is the friends from the church. They quite take care of international students and their families. Yeah, I brought my family with me at that time. I got a lot of help from them. Okay, and this part, the final part, is exercise and outdoor activities. I have to emphasize that is, yeah, I play boats with friends. I doing cycling, and to know the city or the areas. I understand. I have ever run probably over 20 kilometers one day, and I also like running, jogging, and I found that the regular exercise helped me to manage my stress. And I often gained new research insight during my runs and during the bath, taking shower after I doing exercise. It's quite useful for me. So I still keep the habit of exercise so far. So yeah. So in addition, I'd like to remind you that because you are luckier than other PhD students, because you have don't forget you have double affiliation, not only Academia Sinica, but also our partner university. That means you have a double resources. So I encourage you that you make the most of them and your timing here, and to full engagement with what TIGP and Academia Sinica have offered, and to complete your PhD successfully. Thank you.
Next, let's welcome Ms. Huan Yishen, will introduce the TIGP resources and the ARC information.
Hello everyone, my name is Huan Yi. Welcome to TIGP family. So in this session, I will introduce the resources and the regulations that we provide during your PhD life, PhD study. So we hope you to become a great researcher in Academia Sinica. In the meantime, you can also use your time to build up your future career and the professional networks. So for the previous presenter, Dr. Moses Lin's talk, so you have heard lots of information about the enrichment courses. So now let's take a further look in what they are. So the first one is a lab safety training course on September 21st. So as you know, working in the lab may involve some potential risk. So therefore, to protect yourself from the accidents and protect your coworker in the lab is very important. So at the end of this course, you need to take an online test in order to get a lab passport, so which is a certificate that you can work in a lab legally. So the next one is the research access course on October 5th. So as a student, you need to follow the research access policy of Academia Sinica and our partner universities. So otherwise, it will jeopardize your stipend, okay? So this is the required for all TIGP's new student. So you need to attend. If you cannot make it, you need to get permission from your program. So the next one is a Mandarin learning. So for the first year international student, so learning a local language is necessary. So this will help you to better adapt the life in Taiwan and make you more competitive in your future job hunting. So the next one is the academic skills. So we hire teachers from EMBO and LTTC to give lectures or workshops about the writing skills and oral presentation skills. So this we hope students to learn about the thesis, to help you to with the thesis writing and the paper publication. So this course registration usually open in June and November. So the next one is a career development. We also want you to learn essential skills in career development. Therefore, we arrange a lecture and workshop about CV writing and the interview preparation. So we also take students to visit biotech company and the laboratories. So we hope students to learn some experience and the viewpoint from the industrial leaders. So we also arrange annual lecture about foreign professionals recruitment policy. So this lecture helps international professionals like you who want to stay and work in Taiwan after your graduation. So in addition to the enrichment course, so TIGP also gives students lots of support. The first one is the Academia Sinica Counseling Center, so which gives students the mental health support. So to enhance your personal well-being and the working performance. So the further details will be introduced by our counselor, Dan Luo, later. And let's talk about the financial support. So as mentioned in the Ziqing Meng's talk, so he mentioned that to reward students who has the outstanding success in the research field, so you can gain extra fellowship, which is the presidential fellowship and the research performance fellowship. So you can get extra 16,000 per month or 6,000 per month. So those two fellowships last for a year. Okay, so the next one is a travel grant. TIGP also offers travel grant to encourage our students to go abroad to attend international conference. So if you are interested in this travel grant, please contact your program assistant. So Academia Sinica also offers 2 grants. So the first one is to encourage students to attend international academia conference. And the second one is a short-term research collaboration fellowship. So again, if you are interested in those 2 grants, you can also contact the program. Okay, so being a TIGP student, you need to know our regulations. So you can go to our official website. Here. Find the current student section, and there is a regulation. So please go to this section to read it very quickly, carefully. So let's talk about course survey. At the end of each semester, so our program secretary will distribute the course survey questionnaire to all the students. So the feedback of this survey is invaluable to our future course design. So please do your best to give this feedback. Okay, so let's talk about the Alien Residency Certificate card. So that's the international student, the most important thing that you need to deal with after your landing. So in this session, we will divide into several aspects. So the first aspect is who needs to apply ARC. So that is all foreigners holding resident visa and intending to live in Taiwan for more than 180 days are required to apply for ARC. So the ARC is a blue card. Look at this. Okay, the second aspect is the reason why you need to apply. So the first reason is reside in Taiwan legally. So as mentioned in the Moses talk, so a legal residence status not only relates to your current study in Taiwan, but also creates a promising future career. Okay, so the second reason is re-enter Taiwan before due date. For example, if you go back to your home country, or you go abroad to attend an international conference, the ARC will help you to live and re-enter Taiwan multiple times. Okay. The third reason is to open a post office account for saving. So in Taiwan, post office has a similar function to the bank in your country, in addition to deliver something, okay? So your stipend will go directly to the post office account. So therefore, after you get the ARC, you need to open the post office as soon as possible. So otherwise, your stipend you won't receive your stipend. So yeah, so the ARC will help you to open the post office account. The reason 4 is to enroll in the national health insurance. So the third aspect is when you need to apply. So once you have granted a resident visa, and you should apply for ARC within 30 days upon entering Taiwan or changing status. So let's talk about the required document. Those documents are quite normal. So the only thing I need to address is please prepare a passport size with a white background. So also the photo need to be 60% big head. So don't use a selfie or very tiny head, that kind of photo, okay? So it's a normal photo. So the application fee is 1,000 per year. You can pay this fee at a convenience store. So you will find that there are tons of convenience stores in the Taiwan big city, and you will soon find that convenience store makes your life much easier, okay? Okay, so you can download today's slide online. So don't be panicked to write some information or take picture here. So the thing is where and how to apply the ARC. So for the international student, ARCs matter. So for example, for the first application, annual extension, or change status, and some kind of reinsurance, such as you lost your car or you damage your car, okay? All these things you need to apply via a student online application system by National Immigration Agency. Okay, so you will soon find the further information in those link and a video over there, okay? I would like to address that here. Any change information need to be updated within 30 days in the above online system. The first one is the passport number, and the second one is address. So I assume most of you stay in TIGP dorm in the first year. So if you move out of dorm, so you need to update your new address within 30 days over here, and via that online application, okay, online application system. Yeah, otherwise you will pay fine, and you don't want that happen. So just be aware that you need to update your address within 30 days. Okay, so next, let's talk about the national health insurance. So every international student can enroll in the National Health Insurance System 6 months after you get your ARC card, okay? But please be aware that here, if you, during this 6 months, if you out of Taiwan for less than 1 month, the time that you can enroll in the health insurance system will count by, how to say it? Will be deducted by the time you absent in Taiwan, okay? And the next example is this one is a very bad example. If you are absent in Taiwan, from Taiwan for more than 1 month, the clock that you can enroll in the health insurance system will be the time that you are back to Taiwan later. So this example is a very terrible example, so please be aware that if you really need to out of Taiwan, you need to you need to absent less than 30 days. So for the student who already have the NHI card, please contact your program secretary, so he or she will help you to continue enrolling in this system. So the next one is the SSO account, so which is Academia Sinica's running system. So we encourage all the students to apply this account. The benefits include the following 4 benefits, okay? So the first one is a webmail with a 15 gigabyte, and that webmail also can receive the latest updated announcement from Academia Sinica. And the second one is the personal cloud storage with 15 gigabyte. And the third one is Wi-Fi and VPN activation. And the fourth one is the annual health checkup with self-pay. And how to apply the SSO account, again, also go to the TIGP website, and in the current student section, you will find the information. Okay, so here is the upcoming courses and the events, so which are the lab safety on September 21st, welcome reception on September 24th, and the dorm orientation on October 2nd, and the research access course on October 5th. So please add these dates to your calendar. Okay, so you can find this student online resources sheet in the back that you already get from the registration desk, or you will, for the student who haven't entered Taiwan, so you will get an email from TIGP office. So there are several useful information in this sheet, so including today's slide. So this is only for the student of 2024. So you are welcome to download all the resources from the cloud. So please be aware that the cloud will be deactivated at the end of November. The last reminder is after today's orientation, so please fulfill the following requirements, which are 3 requirements, okay? So the deadline will be within 2 days, which is August 28th, okay? So the step 1 is to watch those 2 videos over there. So you can also find this link in the your student online resources sheet, okay? The step 2 is to sign the student regulation form. so which you can also find in that sheet. And please make sure sign your name and scan it as a PDF file. And the step 3 is upload file to the to this QR code storage cloud. Okay, so please make sure your file name look like this with the program and your name here. For example, CBNB Jenny Chan. So yeah, you just make your file look like this format and drag your file to the right folder. Okay, so yeah, that's all my talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Shen. To share such important information with us, this year we invite our 2 TIGP outstanding graduates, Dr. Prachanda Namanithan and Dr. Ting Rui Zhang, to share their experiences with you. First, let's meet Dr. Prachanda Namanithan. Currently, he is a postdoctoral fellow at the Institute of the Physics of Academia Sinica. Welcome, Dr. Prachanda.
Okay, so good afternoon. Let me take a good look at you briefly. Okay, so as a former TIGP student, it's refreshing to see new TIGP students, and it's my pleasure to give a short talk on my birthday, and welcome to TIGP family. So before I begin my talk, introduce about my recent attending of a HOPE meeting with the Nobel laureates. I would like to thank TIGP office and their wonderful staff, and also Department of International Affairs for extending the invitation. So in the next, it's 15 minutes, I will try to make it quick because we are running up a little late. I would actually give introduction to what is HOPE meeting, and also my experience as a participant and as a researcher. So, okay, so what is HOPE meeting? So HOPE meeting is organized by Japan Society for the Promotion of Science since 2008, JSPS, also known as JSPS, which is a prestigious independent administrative organization in Japan overseeing the scientific contribution right, in all science fields. So this meeting is to advance science and technology within the Asia Pacific and the Asian region, Africa region. And HOPE meetings actually gives the opportunity to discuss with Nobel laureates and young researchers and other PhD students as well. So, and also discuss among participants themselves, right? So, HOPE meeting is conducted annually, and it's about 5 days every year. That's around February to March, and venue is Japan, but it is changes every year, the city, and language English, and lecturers, Nobel laureates are invited to deliver lectures so they can also interact with the participants. And participants totally maybe up to like 110, including doctoral students and young researchers who are just graduated within 5 years of their PhD. And if you ask me personally, this meeting is really unique because of the country's representation. That's actually from this Asia Pacific and Africa region. Some countries actually left out behind, you know. And so, participation cost, it's about the Japan participants. And I would like to talk about like the eligibility. It's you have to be either a PhD student or like young researcher, and should be enrolled in a university or research institutes. So, okay, so participation from Japan is different from participation from overseas. Overseas is actually nominated by the institutes. For example, in Taiwan, Academia Sinica oversees the nomination for the whole Taiwan. And the selection process, that's from nomination of institutes to JSPS, And then JSPS actually make decision, then inform to the participants. Okay, so selection process can vary from institute to institute, country to country. But I would just talk about my story, my experience here. So I was nominated by supervisor. And thanks to my professor, who is also TIGP Nano Program Coordinator and Physics, Institute of Physics Deputy Director. So you have to fill the application. You have to give a lot of things about the abstract and your work experience, your past research experience, and what you have done, your accomplishments, or like scientific contributions in the form of like articles or patents, whatever. And then Seneca will review all the applicants. Then it will be actually referred to JSPS. So I get the acceptance letter. Then I came to know, okay, I was nominated by Seneca. So after you've been selected into this HOPE meeting, you will be asked to submit an oral flash talk presentation and poster file and questions to Nobel laureates. You will be given the tentative names of the Nobel laureates attending, so you can actually ask questions to them. You can submit the questions to the portal, and will be actually, they will select the best questions, okay, not just whatever you ask. And yes, other documents to process your visa. So the venue for 2024 HOPE meeting was Kyoto, Japan, a beautiful city. As you may know, Kyoto is a cultural city of Japan, capital for like more than 1,000 years before Tokyo. And that's just the venue. And also, venue was very beautiful ICC Kyoto Conference Center. And the down below was the place actually we stayed. That's accommodation. So this is the timetable of the participants with having like, okay, what you have to do for this 5 days from Monday to Friday. And that includes the lectures, attending lectures and seminars, and giving flash tracks and poster presentation, and also preparing for team presentation. So yeah, as a participant, we have to engage ourselves, sincerely and committed throughout these 5 days. So you have to participate in the entire program. And like I also mentioned, the poster presentation, and also the 1-minute flash track presentation. Finally, it is to give the team presentation. So, okay, because I have the biomedical research engineering experience, so I was assigned to medicine. So that's my actual, you can say, kind of like what I should do. When is my presentation, the talks, and also the seminars I have to attend, and the lab tours, what kind of culture program I will be attending later. So these are like 7 Nobel laureates attended the HOPE meeting, 15th HOPE meeting, from Takagi Kajita, who was the chair of 15th HOPE meeting, who found the neutrino has mass. And not just Takagi from physics, but also you have like other very wonderful person, George Bednarz, who got Nobel Prize for his discovery of superconductor in cuprates. And you can go for like many, you can see for like a super resolution microscope, and also for the asymmetric organocatalysis discovery by David Macmillan. Also autophagy by Yoshinori Osumi and Paul Nurse for actually finding the cell cycle regulated by the cyclin-dependent kinases. So we have to attend these lectures. Lectures span 45 minutes, and these lectures actually distributed over the 4 days of conference. And also, in addition to this attending the conference lectures, we should attend the seminar talks. Seminar talks is a small arrangement that you can have a more closer interaction with the Nobel laureates. You can actually discuss with them about like, and also the questions that you have asked. So what was my impression before attending this meeting was, okay, this is going to be a very intense 5 days meeting. So at some point, it will be actually kind of like too technical, very scientific, that maybe I will feel boring, because you should admit that all 5 days you cannot be like very active to observe everything of people speaking, because people come from very different background, and you may not be able to understand everything what they speak, but it wasn't the same. That's what actually I found it, because it was kind of arranged so that for the broad disciplines, people, because from maths, physics, chemistry, biology, so all different disciplines attend. So it wasn't like very scientific, but it was more or less you understand what they did, okay? And let's say they stick to the general concept of their research. And also they share their ups and downs in their journey. It wasn't very kind of like, okay, so all these people, they get Nobel Prize. Okay, so what you did, everything was like, oh, we can just hear about your very wonderful story. They didn't have anything very interesting other than they said, science is not just about how knowledgeable you are, but how you apply your mind in that field. And also, it is just like resilience, right? Not that, okay, I'm going to find some treasure or something like that. It's just, if you're into something, you're interested, just do the job, wholeheartedly. Then maybe, yeah, you will get something very interesting. So, group discussions. Group discussions, as I mentioned, the pre-collected questions would be asked to these Nobel laureates, and then they will just answer to those questions. In addition to just scientific discussions, there were so many interesting topics like gender equality, participation of, encouragement of participation of women in different fields, particularly like in physics, and also how the scientists can actually influence the policymakers. For example, the COVID-19, how actually one of the Nobel laureates, Paul Nurse, he said that his contribution in influencing WHO or like some countries, so that actually they could able to adapt to kind of like have more scientific way of approach towards this kind of like epidemic or pandemic situations. So one repetitive question was asked in all this seminar was, so what's your suggestion to win a Nobel Prize? There, everybody just give this reaction, because we don't know. It's just, it happened to us, okay? We just did something, and it was just all about like commitment. And that was actually very kind of encouraging, because I took 7 years to get my PhD. But you could say that, oh, 7 years long, but I was happy. So it's all about like what you do and how good your advisor, right? It all matters. So 1 minute flash presentation, and it is just 60 seconds. You have to introduce your whole PhD, whatever this work. So what you have to just focus is present the key results and practice. Okay, in Japan, it is 60 seconds, not like taking 2 minutes, 3 minutes, okay? So, as you know, maybe you will be already informed, it is mandatory to attend a poster session from your third year of PhD every year. So, in which actually you have to also present, maybe you will be asked, in case you're selected from this poster presentation, and then you will be asked to give an 3 minutes to 5 minutes presentation, okay? So it helped me there. So I would say my kind of like practice during my PhD years helped me there. And also about the poster presentation, it was really very interesting, because I had to introduce my work to people from different disciplines, right? It's quite challenging. Sometimes they don't understand. So when we have to rethink about the way of actually we explain the work to them. So this way, I also found myself like looking my work from different perspectives. And finally is the team presentation. Team presentation will be divided into like 11 teams. And theme was actually using any of the sustainable development goals, and you have to propose some kind of like scientific approach that can be achieved within 2030. So it cannot be like very much fancy idea, but it should be like supported by some scientific, by means of scientific logics. So that's just my team. We were like preparing. We just met there, and then we started to prepare for the team presentation for the first 3-4 days, so that we could able to win the whatever this awards. So that was actually the photo taken during our presentation, and 2 awards would be presented. One is Best Team Presentation Award, and another one Unique Team. And our team won Best Team Presentation Award. And another one, actually Team K, in which one of the TIGP students also attended the Hope meeting. She was in there. So we too are in there. So in addition to all these meetings and whatever the scientific exchange within the conference venue, we also went outside, visit Kyoto University and other research institutes based on your scientific interest or like background. And cultural programs and excursions, you can actually opt for like something you find interesting, maybe the meditation, or like you want to make some saint bags and all. And I'm there with 2 beautiful Taiwan girls here. Okay, that's actually the group photo. And thanks to my team, wonderful team, because we just formed a very quick bond within the 2-3 days, and we were able to successfully deliver a good presentation. And some pictures I took during my time there. And I would like to thank Sinica and also JSPS for this wonderful opportunity. And once again, welcome to TIGP. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prachanda Namonithan, to share such experience with us. Next will be Dr. Ting Rui Zhang to share his experience with us. Let's welcome Dr. Ting Rui Zhang.
Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to today's TIGP Orientation. My name is Ting Rui Zhang. First of all, thank you for having me here, for sharing my experience during the course of my PhD career in TIGP. I'm a selected young scientist for participating on this year's Lindau Nobel Laureate meeting. In today's talk, I will mainly focus on sharing this experience with you and give you some suggestions. Lindau Nobel Laureate meeting is an annual scientific conference held in Lindau, Germany since 1951. And every year it holds with different topics. For example, this year is physics, and next year will be chemistry. Every summer, they will invite about 40 Nobel laureates and 600 young scientists across the world for this meeting. And the purpose of this meeting is to educate, inspire, and connect between the young scientists and Nobel laureates. Luckily, Septia and me, both of us from the TIGP Nano program, have been selected for the young scientists to this meeting. And our spend is fully funded by Academia Sinica. In other words, you don't have to spend any amount of money during the meeting. So this is a very great opportunity for you to apply in the near future. Before delving into further details, let me introduce a little bit about myself. I recently graduated from TIGP Nano program in Academia Sinica and Department of Physics in National Taiwan University. My research interest is about the super resolution microscopy, which is the field that obtained the Nobel Prize in 2014 in chemistry. I used the advanced super resolution microscopy to unveil the ultra-structural constitution of central architecture. And this work is now published on Nature Communications this year. In this year, I proposed an innovative multicolor super resolution microscopy. It's recently published on ACS Nano. All I want to tell you here is that there's many opportunities and resources to help you publish high quality papers. And this is very important and advantageous to your future career. Okay, let's go back to the Lindau Nobel Laureate meeting. We took a flight from Taiwan to Munich and took a train from Munich to the Lindau Island. When we enlarge the map, Lindau Island is actually located in the Lake of Constance. So there, the lake view over there is very beautiful. When we arrive at the Lindau Island, we register the meeting in that building, and near the lake, so it's very beautiful. And inside the building, there's a very beautiful and luxury hobby where all the social activities happen over there. You can have some drinks and snacks over there and chat with each other from the world. And below is the main lecture hall of the meeting and the dining hall. On the right-hand side is materials that the committee prepared for us, including agenda and the activities you registered for. And also they prepare the name cards for you to exchange the contact information with other young scientists for future connection. And the committee also prepared the individual for a well-citizen that is quite good. Here's the schedule for the Limbaugh Nobel Laureate meeting. It contains all the activities. In the morning, you can freely join the workouts or participate in partner breakfast. After that is lectures and aggregate talk. More interesting for me is the aggregate talk. 2 or 3 Nobel laureates will give a talks about the same issues, no matter either related to the scientific issue or some challenges we are facing in the current world. And after lunch, there will have some scientific panel discussions, such as next year in science discussion and panel discussion. More interesting here to me is the open exchange forum. Many Nobel laureates were separated into different seminar rooms, and you can choose which one you are interested in, and join that room and ask any kinds of question that in your mind you want to ask for them. They will share their personal story and personal experience when they're facing maybe difficulties or some experience that you would not heard from other meetings. And after that, in the night, we have the dinner and the party time in all of the days in the Limbaugh. Every day when I go back to hotel, I just feel very exhausted, but it's very, very interesting. Beyond the schedule that I arranged for you, what kinds of things you can do in the meeting is to make new friends during many different kinds of social activities. In the party time, or when I wait in the bus from the hotel to the menu, and also we're having a trip together or having picnics together. Moreover, there are many opportunities for you to reach out with the Nobel laureates. For example, there are some specific activities you can register before the meeting, such as having lunch and taking the walk with Nobel laureates in the Limbaugh Island. Or you can reach out the Nobel laureates after the talk, during a break, or even in the dinner time. And additionally, don't miss the chance to explore the Limbaugh Island. It's a very beautiful and cozy island over there. Also, don't miss the chance to explore the city of Munich. There are many beautiful and cultural buildings and museums over there. So in the final day, there is no more talks over there, and the closing ceremony will take place on the other island, Mailau Island. So we will take the boat from Limbaugh Island to Mailau Island. On the right-hand side is the picture of the interior. They will provide some snacks and drinks over there. Also, there are many social activities happen over there. And when we go back from Mailau Island to Limbaugh Island, they will invite a DJ for the party time, and you will see some Nobel laureates dancing over there. That's amazing because I've never seen that before. And in the closing ceremony, they will invite symphony orchestra to perform their beautiful music. And most of the Nobel laureates will attend the closing ceremony and having a trip with young scientists in Mailau Island. There are many gardens and beautiful trails over there that you can work in the island. And after the closing ceremony, we take the boat from Mailau Island and go back to Limbaugh Island and dismissed. So after the meeting, you will have a strong feeling about the leitmotif for the meeting, including education and connection. As the perspective to the inspiration, it depends on what you're thinking during the time period. For example, for me, I am thinking about when I can become a Nobel laureate and what is the meaning of life. My current answer inspired by the meeting is that I think you have to find your own philosophy to live in this world and using this philosophy to face the challenges in the near future. Especially you want to become the doctor of philosophy. Okay, here's some suggestions for you. I think based on my personal experience. So I think you have to try to think about how to build up your scientific record that you achieve as soon as possible. And a good publication is a great start, and it tells everybody many things. It will help you to obtain many different kinds of fellowships or grants, and also you will enhance the relationship between you and your advisor. After that, you have to organize your presentation of the work. Publication, I think, and presentation is different things. To give a good presentation needs to practice. So try to organize your presentation and start to participate in different kinds of conferences. All those experience can list on your CV. And in the meantime, think about what's your next step or the future work. And below is some mindsets I think you have to be prepared for it. It's advantages for, at least my research. I think you have to be independent, no matter in doing experiments or critical thinking, and try to be open-minded to keep learning different kinds of things, different kinds of field, and trying to be a good observer. Last but not least, I think a very good start for you is to find the field that you are interested in and having fun doing science. So here are some awards and honors I obtained in these 2 years after my first publications. So that's why I told you that the good publication is important. Including the 2 years of research performance fellowship, it helped you to gain another additional $6,000 NT per month. And I obtained the first prize of the Joint Post contest last year, and it will provide you $90,000 NT for participating in international conference. And I also obtained this year's Dean's Award in National Taiwan University College of Science, as well as the selected young scientists for this year's Leading Down the Memorial meeting. So there are all these opportunities happen in TIGP. So cherish these opportunities and apply for it when you think you are eligible. Okay, so finally, I would like to thank to my advisor and co-advisor, Dr. Tony Young from National Taiwan University, and Dr. Geng Hui Lin in Academia Sinica, and also my previous advisor, Zhongqi Liao, who is now the founder and CEO of Sincere Company. And also thanks to all the members in the TIGP program who organized this graduate program. I think this is the best graduate program in Taiwan. Also, I would like a special thanks is given to our excellent program assistant for Wu. She's very nice and helped me a lot during these years. Okay, thanks for your attention. Any questions? Do you have time? Okay.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ting Rui, share such experience with us. Thank you. As we mentioned earlier, we are doing our best to minimize the culture shock and help all newcomers to find a balance in lives here. So Academia Sinica Counselor Ms. Dan Luo will share mental health care in PhD and the prevention of sexual harassment. Welcome, Ms. Luo.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Is everyone awake? Okay, how are you doing? You've been sitting for more than an hour now, so if you feel like getting up, stretch a little bit, or take a little mini break, feel free to do so, okay? My name is Dan. I'm one of the counselors from Academia Sinica Counseling Center. It is my hope that for the next 20 minutes, perhaps at the end of my talk, I will help to raise a little bit more awareness on the importance of mental well-being, and also to encourage you to take better care of yourself. So my section are going to be 3 parts. The first one is managing your mental health during your PhD program. We're going to look at some of the challenging areas that you may be facing in the next few years. And the second part is knowing when to seek help and where to find mental health resources. And last but not least, I'll spend some time talking about sexual harassment prevention at Seneca. Okay, so why mental health? I'm wondering if you would consider mental health being important to you. Well, personally, I think that mental well-being is a big part of our overall well-being, because it affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. Also affects how we handle stress and how we relate to others, right? And in fact, there are studies showing that PhD students often face mental health difficulties, and it is actually a universal concern. And at TIGP, we take mental health very seriously, and we've been putting effort in promoting mental well-being for many years. And each year, we do have a number of students seeking counseling services for support when they're in need. So I'm going to show you the statistics from last year. Of all the TIGP students sought counseling services for support, you can see that 31% was having issues with stress management. That's like about a third, right? And 15% were seeking support for work-related concerns. And then we have family relationships and intimate relationships, each took up 11% of the total concerns. And other common concerns include life adjustment, psychosomatic symptoms, interpersonal relationships, and loss and bereavement. So it is likely that some of you may also encounter some of these concerns down the road. So it would be helpful if you are aware of what they may look like and what you can do to prevent and cope with such situations. Next, I would like to invite you to consider a couple questions. First is, what motivated you to join a PhD program? And second, what do you expect during your PhD journey? Are you expecting something more like this, like a smooth ride? Or something more like this? Okay, well, the reality is it's more likely that you're going to go through ups and downs. And you're going to be facing many different challenges, and you're going to have to learn different set of skills to overcome these difficulties. So if you're prepared, when you're faced with these challenges, you're more likely to deal with them in a more effective way. So I'm going to show you 4 common areas our former students have dealt with in the past. First, cultural adaptation. Well, as you know, a large percentage of our TIGP students are, in fact, international students. While some of you may have had the experience of living abroad, but for some, this may be your first time leaving the comfort of your own home and living in a foreign country. And it can be exciting having new experiences and meeting new people, but it can also be overwhelming sometimes. Let's take a look at this comic for a minute. I don't know whether all of you have had the experience of going to local restaurants, but in fact, chopsticks are all you get, basically. So you're bound to experience some level of culture shock with unfamiliar settings, strange food, language barriers, and so on. And you may also experience feelings of frustration and homesickness. But many of our students do adjust as time goes on and when the routines set in. So there are some ways for you to deal with culture shock and to help yourself adapt. First, take your time, right? Remind yourself that it is common to have difficulties when you're living in a new environment. And sooner or later, you feel better. Keep an open mind as well. Welcome the new experiences as they arise. I would encourage you to also participate in social activities, explore the new settings, and discover the local traditions. It is also important to build a new support network for yourself. So make friends with your classmates, your lab mates, local students, and fellow international students. As I've heard that doing research can be isolating sometimes, right? So making friends with other people can help make the situation better. Yes, it is important to make friends, but sometimes challenges may arise because we are all from different cultures. Let's take a look at another comic. You find that people from different cultures may show disagreement differently. So it makes sense that in the areas of perhaps communication, collaboration, feedback styles can vary across cultures. So it is important to pay attention to or be sensitive to cultural differences, but I think it's also important to avoid overgeneralization and stereotyping. So again, things to help, well, a few reminders to help you maintain, build and also maintain relationships. Something as simple as being friendly, smile and say hello, and also make an intentional effort to remember someone's name with the correct pronunciation. It just shows that you care. Be respectful as well. Avoid making judgments based on someone's looks, their background, or their cultural practices. Promote cultural understanding by sharing your culture and also learning from others. And I think this is particularly valuable to our Taiwanese students because you get to stay in the comfort of your own country and yet have the opportunity to have an international experience. And I think making friends with people from different cultures can really open your mind and also help you see the world through different lenses. Next, practice active listening. This is a very effective strategy in enhancing communication. Basically, you can state and summarize what the other person has said, and to make sure that you've understood what they are trying to communicate. It helps you to be report and also make sure that important information doesn't get missed. Well, next we have mentorship. Well, it refers to your relationship with your supervisor, which is a vital part of your PhD study process. Like many relationships, sometimes misunderstanding or mismatched expectations can happen. Again, this comic shows on the left-hand side, the student expects the professor providing enough guidance and support. On the right-hand side, the professor is expecting a student to be working independently and make publication on their own. So talk about mismatched expectations, right? So what can you do to help you maximize the potential of your relationship with your supervisor? I believe that many of you are going to start your lab rotation pretty soon. I would like to invite you to consider several questions, like what you're looking for in a lab. And think about what your research interests are. Think about what your strengths are and what your learning needs are. And also, what are you looking for in the supervision style of a potential supervisor? Now, keeping these questions in mind will help you make good use of your lab rotations, as they're your opportunities to find out whether a lab or a PI is well suited to your learning needs. And once you've decided on a lab, it's important to establish a plan with your supervisor. And if you disagree with your supervisor, please state your concerns clearly and calmly. And if you feel that something about your relationship is not working very well, I would encourage you to speak to them as soon as possible to keep your studies on track. And also take initiatives. Even though your supervisor is there to assist you, but you're responsible for your own learning and your progress. So when you have meetings, come prepared with questions, ideas, and requests so that you can keep your studies on track. Next, we have work-life balance. I actually have had students telling me that they don't need work-life balance and work is their only priority. And while it is true that it is flexible working in academia, you can choose to work anytime. But if you're not careful, you may also end up working all the time. I think Dr. Moses also referred to this earlier, that doing a PhD program is like running a marathon, right? You don't want to kind of get burned out earlier on the race. You want to pace yourself, and you want to keep your mental and physical well-being at an optimal level to keep yourself going. So to keep a work-life balance, I would encourage you to arrange your priorities, because all of us have 24 hours a day. So how you use your time is completely up to you. It would be helpful for you to know what your priorities are and when you may be most productive, and so that you can allocate your time and your energy effectively. And examine your approach to work and life from time to time. There may be times you would be just feeling exhausted or feeling negative towards your work. It's not uncommon. It would be helpful to ask yourself, am I putting enough time to relaxing and recharging my batteries? Well, think about that. You would charge your phone every day, right? And why don't you do the same thing for yourself? So I would encourage you to practice self-care. It doesn't really matter what you do, because self-care means different things for everyone. For some people, they may like to get together with others and talk about things. For some other people, they would like to kind of spend time on their own. Could be anything, could be painting or taking care of their plants or writing in journals, anything that works for you. And I think that self-care is an investment for yourself and for your well-being. All right, so you may be wondering that, well, if I'm not doing so well, how do you know that I need professional help? You can basically assess yourself in the next 4 areas. And what you need to look for is looking at changes. For example, changes in your emotions. If you're noticing that recently you're feeling low or feeling helpless with no good reason, and you're feeling agitated or feeling anxious all the time, and they persist for a period of time. Changes in your cognition. For example, you may feel like you cannot think clearly, or maybe that you're feeling that you're losing control or losing touch with reality. Some people may even have suicidal thoughts. This is definitely an indicator that you may need some help. And changes in behaviors as well. Say, if you notice changes in your eating and sleeping patterns, change in your work performance, and if you're not, basically you're not performing well on your day-to-day life. Relationships, if you're withdrawing from people that are close to you, or if you're not interested in participating in social activities like you used to. So these may be some indicators when you may need to seek out support, especially if they last for longer than 2 weeks. So where can you find help? You can come to us at Academia Sinica Counseling Center. We offer free counseling service. A little bit more on our service later. And at Sinica, we also have an infirmary where you can visit a doctor, a psychiatrist, for an assessment to find out whether or not you may require medication, for example. And if you're more working closely at your university, you can also find student counseling center at your university campus as well. And they also offer free counseling service. A little bit more on us, Academia Sinica Counseling Center. You can find out from our website, and I think today, the package that you got today, you can also find a little a sticky notepad there. You can find out information about us as well. So mostly we do individual one-on-one, face-to-face counseling to work on whichever issues that you're bringing in. And we do also do a little bit of group counseling, and we operate a consultation or hotline, which means you can call for immediate support during working hours. And throughout the year, we hold a series of mental health promotion activities, such as lectures and workshops. And we also do a little bit of psychological assessment. And here are our counseling psychologists. We have a total of 6 counselors available, and they're all at least bilingual. And then you can find us at the TIGP building. I don't know whether you all have been to TIGP building yet. It's a little bit outskirts of the campus, but you can find us on a map. I believe it's number 60, or TIGP building. And we are located on the 2nd floor. So here you can see these are some of our counseling rooms, and also our waiting areas and activity space. And we have some upcoming events during the semester. In October, we are going to have, it's more like a movie night, movie appreciation, and also after viewing the movie, we would also host some discussions. And in November, early November, we will have our annual peer support for new students. All of you are invited. I strongly recommend that you attend, because we have been having good feedbacks from new students in past years. And it's an opportunity for you to get to know students from other programs as well, and also kind of share your experiences here. And towards the end of the semester, late November and early December, we'll be hosting a couple of stress management workshops. You'll be receiving information from email about these events. Please feel free to sign up. Okay, a couple more minutes for me talking about sexual harassment prevention at Academia Sinica. Why is it important to discuss this issue? Because in the past few decades, gender equality has gradually become a shared value in Taiwan. However, what's considered sexual harassment behavior may be different or maybe inconsistent across cultures. So we think that it may be important to point out what's considered sexual harassment behavior in Taiwan, and also to inform you what you can do if you do encounter such incidents. So these are the regulations governing sexual harassment in Taiwan. You don't necessarily need to remember what they are, but it's more important to know what is considered sexual harassment behavior. I'm going to give you some examples. For example, unwanted flirting. That's when one makes sexual advances towards another individual, and the person says no and tells you to stop. That's unwanted, right? Very clearly. And catcalling, it's like when someone whistles or makes a sexual comment towards another individual. For example, if you're calling a female colleague nice legs, you may think it's a compliment, but it's a sexual comment, right? Especially when she is uncomfortable. It's considered sexual harassment, so please be aware. Touching without consent. So what may be considered appropriate physical contact in your country may be considered unwanted here with another individual. So there is the cultural differences, I believe, and also kind of being aware of personal space as well. Sexual favors, such as asking for sexual favors to keep one's job in the workplace or receive a promotion, for example. And showing inappropriate pictures or posters, and sharing sexual text and images, okay? There are also some behaviors that are considered stalking and harassment behavior you also need to pay attention to, such as tracking or tailing, threatening or insulting a specific person, asking for a date repeatedly, sending unwelcome messages or images, and misuse one's personal data without their consent. So if these behaviors happen repeatedly and it's gender related towards a specific individual and it's affecting their daily life, it's considered illegal. So what you can do if you do encounter such incidents, there is an office at Seneca that deals with these type of matters. You can go to the personnel office website and you can either call or email them to discuss this concern or file a formal complaint. So once you file a complaint, a sexual harassment complaint handling and investigation committee will do an investigation to look into this issue and help you resolve this concern. So if you do encounter these situations, don't panic, there is help available. All right, to wrap up, I basically want to let you know that there is support available at TIGP. You have our TIGP staff, your program assistant, your classmates, your supervisors, and also if you need help, there is professional support available. So I wish you great success at TIGP, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ms. Rowe, for sharing valuable information with us. Now let's welcome our dormitory mentor, Mr. Shang Guo-heng, who is a student from Bio Program, to introduce the neighborhood. Welcome, Mr. Ng.
Hello. Oh, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm very happy that I have this opportunity to share my experience with all of you. And this session, the title of this session is Know Your Neighborhood, which means that no academic discussion, only how to travel and live in Taiwan. Oh, sorry. So at first, let me to introduce myself. My name is Shang Guo-heng, and I am from Malaysia, and my program is bioinformatics. Actually, I stayed in Taiwan about 8 years, and I finished my bachelor degree in Taichung, and then I moved to Taipei for my master and PhD. And then during this few years, I found that it is very important to know that the composition of Taiwan. And Taiwan is made out of 6 municipalities, which is Taipei, New Taipei, Taoyuan, Taichung, Tainan, and Kaohsiung. And 13 countries, which is Hsinchu, Miaoli, Zhanghua, Nantou, Yunlin, Jiayi, Pingtung, Yilan, Hualien, Taitung, Penghu, Jingmen, and Lianjiang. And I need to point out that Lianjiang country, Jingmen country, and Penghu country, these 3 countries also under the Taiwan management. And 3 cities, which is Keelung, Hsinchu, and Jiayi. And I would like to briefly share my favorite country. The first one is Hualien. Hualien is located at the eastern of Taiwan, and Hualien country has the majestic and pollution-free of natural beauty. And the 4 major landmarks in Hualien, which is Hualien Ocean Park, Qixingtan, Cap Lake, and Taroko National Park. And the other one is Taitung. Dong, T-U-N-G, Dong is the Chinese pronunciation of this Chinese word, and this Chinese word means is in English, which means that Taitung is located at the eastern Taiwan, and Taitung is the 3rd largest country in Taiwan. It is surrounded by mountain and sea. And actually, we can use one sentence to describe this place, which is good mountain and good water produce good rice. And this is the 4 major landmarks in Taitung, which is Tianshan Farm, Sanxian Tai, Huayuan Bay, and Jinggang Dadao. And the other one is Tainan. Nan is the Chinese pronunciation of this Chinese word, and this Chinese word means south. So Tainan is located at the southern Taiwan, and Tainan City is the birthplace of Taiwan and the oldest city in Taiwan. And it is famous for its food. And the major landmark is Anping Tree House, Siqiao Green Channel, Yuguan Island, and Tainan Art Museum Building. And the other one is Taichung. C-H-U-N-G, Zhong is the Chinese pronunciation of this word, this Chinese word, and this Chinese word means center. So which means that Taichung is located at the center of Taiwan, and Taichung is the 2nd largest metropolitan area in Taiwan, and it has the 2nd largest port in Taiwan. And the Qingquangang base in the city is the largest airport base in Taiwan. And the 4 major landmarks in Taichung is Taichung River Station, National Taichung Theater, Gaomei Wetland, and Louis Memorial Chapel. And the other one is Hsinchu. Hsinchu is the richest city in Taiwan and the city with the most engineers in Taiwan. And the four major landmarks is Liufu Theme Park, Chenghuan Temple, and Nanliao Harbour and Smangus. And the last one is Taipei. Taipei, P-E-I-P-E is the Chinese pronunciation of this Chinese word, and which means that Taipei is located at the North Taiwan. And Taipei City is the capital of Taiwan, and almost all the major events will be held here. And my favorite activity in December are Christmas City, this one, and then located at the Banqiao, and the New Year's Eve party will be at the Taipei 101. And the other major landmark, which is Yangming National Park, and the other one is the Red House, located at the Ximending. Since we all live in Taipei, so we need to know that Taipei can be separated into 12 districts, which is Beitou, Siling, Datong, Zhongshan, Songshan, Neihu, Wanhua, Zhongzheng, Da'an, Xinyi, Nangang, and Wenshan. And now we all look at the Nangang district. So for most of the foreigners want to know that how can we use the cheapest way get from Taoyuan Airport to Academia Sinica. So I will tell you that I will use MRT. This is the most cheapest way. So from the Purple Line, the terminal station of the Purple Line, which is Taoyuan Airport, and we can get the MRT from the Purple Line and then transfer from Purple Line to the Blue Line, which is the Taipei Main Station, and then the terminal station of the Blue Line, which is Nangang Exhibition Center, and then I will change to take the bus, and then I can use the bus to reach the Academia Sinica. And if you don't care about money, you can directly call the taxi, and then it will send you to the Academia Sinica. And I need to point out that there are the two main stations, the most important station in Nangang district, which is Nangang Exhibition Center and Nangang Station. So in these two stations, we have these 5 public transport stations. U-Bike, which is bicycle, Taipei Bus, MRT, and Taipei Railway Agency, and Taipei High-Speed Railway. Actually, we can use our student ID card to use this public transportation. But if you want to use the Taiwan High-Speed Railway, you need to purchase the ticket from the counter or by using the application. And also, if you want to drive the car or motorcycle, you need to get the Taiwanese driving license. And you can scan this QR code, and this QR code will tell you that how to get the Taiwanese driving license. And the most famous app for to rent the car and motorcycle is iRent and GoShare. And we need to know that where we are. So the first one is the TIGP dormitory, and the second one is the main gate of the Academia Sinica, and the third one is gymnasium. So that if we want to go to the traditional market, so it can be separated into morning market and night market. The most nearest one is the third one, the Zhongyan market. It will start from 6 a.m. And the other one is Hengke market. It will start from 5 a.m. If you want to go to the night market, which is the Hongtao night market, it will start from 5 p.m. It opens every Tuesday and Friday. And if you don't want to go to traditional market, you can go to the hypermarket. And it can be separated into Taiwan brand and other national brand. And Taiwan brand can be Airmart, Cosmart, PS Mart, Simple Mart, CityLink. And other national brand is Watson, Carrefour, Costco, and IKEA. And I would like to go to this shop because the fruit and vegetable at this store are super cheap. And this shop are located at Hosampi Metro Station, 3 stops from the Nangang Exhibition Station. And we also can ride the bicycle or motorcycle to reach this shop. And also, since I am a vegetarian, so I would like to share that my favorite vegetarian restaurant. And this one is the main gate of Academia Sinica. The most nearest one is this one, Vegan Vegetated. And the other one is Mr. Chiu. If you want to go to another restaurant, you can go to the restaurant that near the Nangang Exhibition Center, which is this 3-1. And if you want to know that whether the restaurant is vegetarian or not, most of the restaurant will have this symbol. And the center the center of this symbol is the Chinese word. The Chinese pronunciation is su, S-U, su. So if most of the vegetarian restaurant will have this symbol. If you're not sure, you can reconfirm with the restaurant. And if you don't want to go out your room, and you can use these three most famous online shopping platform, which is Shopee, PC Home, and Momo. And then you can buy almost all the things from this online platform, and then they can send your goods to the nearest convenience store, which is High Life, Family Mart, and 7-Eleven. And if you feel unwell, you can go to the most nearest clinic, which is the Li Weizhen Child Specialty Clinic, Weikan Clinic, and Xinxin Pharmacy and Jialong Pharmacy. We just need to walk a few minutes, and then we can reach to this few clinic and pharmacy. But if you are in a very serious situation, I will recommend you go to the Tri-Service General Hospital, because this hospital has more medical resource. But if you just have a minor illness or you want to go for a healthy checkup, so I will recommend you go to this one nearest one, the Taipei City Hospital Zhongxiao branch. And this is our dormitory mentor member. They came from different countries, from Zimbabwe, Indonesia, Taiwan, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, and Malaysia. So if you have any problem, you can contact us. If you want to ask that, who can I look for? I will suggest you go to find the mentor have the similar culture or same country with you, so they can tell you that what is the differences between your country and Taiwan. And this, if you need any help, you can call this emergency contact number. And this QR code is this year's student resource. And you need to know that this link will deactivate on 30th of November. Okay, this is all my presentation, and if I make any mistake, please forgive me, and thank you for your all listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ng, for your wonderful information. Last one, let's welcome Mr. Kiran Kumar from the Grade A Student Association to introduce the GSA.
Good evening, everyone. I guess you look sleepy, tired, bored. How is it? Okay. So I'll just take 10 minutes. I'd like to introduce about what we have in Seneca, that is GSA, and what we are doing over here, and what you can look after. And mostly what everyone has spoken about here has been to have a smooth, a research life in Academia Sinica. I believe apart from that, you also need to have a mental well-being, which Ms. Tan has already spoken about. And I think that's where we, GSA, come along, and I'd like to introduce us. So that's us, AST GSA, Academia Sinica, Taiwan Graduate Student Association. That's our logo. And thanks to Mr. Faizan for our logo. It actually symbolizes what we are looking for from our GSA. One is your research life, which you already have been well versed about. Your hobbies or the passions which you all have, but somewhere down the line when you are having your research career, you tend to skip it apart or tend to keep it distance. And then is your mental well-being. I believe along with your research career, you need to incorporate your passion or hobbies in your daily life. I guess that's where things starts falling into places. Otherwise, the PhD life won't be as a smooth journey as most of us will like to have it. So our motto is by students, for students, and empowering students in AST. So generally, we tend to have some kind of a stress or problems or daily issues in your PhD life or your lab with your colleagues or your lab members. So in that case, you're not able to talk well with your PIs or your colleagues about it. So that's where we can play a role. It's not that we'll be able to completely solve your problems. I'm just saying you can come to us, talk to us. I think somewhere, since being a seniors around, we know kind of those things that the first years or the juniors have not been well versed about. So you can talk to us, you can approach us, see if you can get the solutions to that kind of a problems in your daily life. So the GSA was revived in August 2023. It was active till 2019, and after COVID, it was not very much looked out for. But last year, it got active again with the support of Dr. John, Dr. Meng, and the fellow members, and also the DIA office. Now, so here are our co-members. We have me, that's me, Kiran, Varad. Varad, that's Varad. All the gloomy personalities you see over there, the shining colors, those are our GSA members. We have Varad, we have Faizan, Rodrigo, Daria, Abhishek, Mangja. So you can just turn around your head and you can just look over there and you can see such personalities. So these are the co-members. We also have other 60 members in our line group, but we are the ones who kind of come up with the meetings or discussions and take the calls, have meetings with the DIA to come up with any of the further upcoming events. So what we do is, if there's any upcoming event which we are planning to do, we tend to participate them in a decision making. It's not one person, there is no leader as such over here. It's that 7 people come together, they put up their own ideas, they put up their suggestions, opinions, and then the final call has been taken on a unanimous decision. We look out for the organizing events. Sometimes we were the one who are organizing the events. Sometimes we organize in collaboration with the DIA or the TIGP Counseling Center, which we have already done. And I believe the team communication is the one which highlights among all of us. If there is no proper team management or the communication among the 7 members of the core teams, the rest of the things won't fall in places. So I think these 7 members are the ones who kind of take the decision collectively and organize the events. So what have we done so far? So last year, this year I think in Feb we had organized the event for the Lunar New Year. It was called as Ringing and Renewal. We had games, we had Dr. Meng welcoming the event. We had lucky draw winners, which was given by the DIA and the TIGP. And an overwhelming of more than 60 participants we had registered, and that was the first event. So main thanks to the GSA the members and the DIA office. So we have more. We also have movie nights. We have this line group where it's called a Tiny Events line group. We organize the movie nights. We select what movies we like to watch. You can come, you can join, have fun. You can collectively contribute for your own snacks or drinks. We also had a game night in collaboration with the TIGP Counseling Center. We had different participants from all the programs. We played so many games, we had fun, and it was a memorable one because apart from your daily life, this is something new, this is something exciting we look out for, and kind of takes away the stress from your daily life career. Apart from it, if anyone was interested in the hiking, drinking, having fun, going out, partying, we can also like to organize it. It's not that always we will come up with the events. You all can also contribute to it. You all can also put up the suggestions, what events you like to look out for, what events you like to be part of, or if you're interested in watching some new movies or going out for a new place, hiking, we can take that into consideration and we all can go together and have some jolly time. So this is the upcoming event. We are looking forward for this. It might be organized somewhere in the late October or November, but this is still under discussion. We like to have this international food festival. People from all the TIGP students, all the programs, countries, would like to participate. Present their own cuisines from different countries, and but for this event to go successful, we need a good team. We need a team of volunteers. We need a team who are looking forward to present their cuisines from different part of the world, and that's when this event will be successful. I think the number of participation will be the key for this kind of event. So we are looking forward for you all to join us, join the GSA, and contribute more for us. We have this support group. So you can, this is a line group, you can scan it. This is a group where if you want to help us as a volunteer for any kind of event or join us, showing your support to us, helping us for any upcoming events, you can scan the QR code and we will let you all know, we will give you the updates of our upcoming events. Then we have also this line group, which is tiny events. Here, like the events such as hiking or a movie night or going out, having some fun or having a movie night or any kind of event which you normally do like to do it with your close circle or friends. We can have this. Not necessarily we have to plan it. You can have your suggestions, and then based on the number of participation, we can get it done. Yeah, we have this social media account, Instagram, Facebook, and you can also approach us via email. You have any kind of suggestions you like to join us, or you have any kind of opinions about the GSA, you can feel free to email us, write it down, and looking forward to see you all to join the GSA. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kiran Kumar from GSA. This section is coming to an end. Here comes the last reminder. Please access the student online resources in which you can find useful information. Therefore, please remind to sign your TIGP program regulation form and upload to the online folder. Please complete this within 2 days after orientation. If you have any questions, please email to the TIGP office. The email address is tigp@gate.seneca.edu.tw. We will collect the question and reply to you all. This section is coming to the end. For the student watching the YouTube live stream, thank you for your participation and for tuning in. Goodbye.